Hello, YouTube. How your mama, how your brothers, how your family, how your sisters, how your friends doing? So, well, this is just a video to say life. Okay. So, as we all know, life happens and things happen. So, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to talk about it. Okay. So, first, I want to say that customer service jobs suck. And the reason I say that, definitely in the fast food or restaurant type of environment, they suck. Now, let me go back and say that I have worked at restaurants and fast food restaurants for a long time of my life in my career as an adult. And I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody working a regular job like that. I don't. Some people make their money, some people get their hours, some people get their bills paid, and all that. The point of this video is to say that they're not all that great. Because most of the time, customer service jobs, and this includes retail, most of the time, customer service jobs, I'm trying to say this in a nice way, and I just don't think there's any way I can put it any nicer because I've done this, I've been there, I've done it. Most of the time, customer service jobs and retail jobs, they want you to come in when they want you to come in. You work your hours, you work your shift. If somebody don't show up, they want you to stay later. It's inevitable, things happen. Stuff like that. I'm just gonna say it how I feel. How I feel is that those type of jobs, they don't give a fuck about you. I mean, I was trying to put it in a nicer way. But at the end of the day, they don't. What they care about is making their money and making sure their business flows well. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. Okay? So in any business, what's the main goal? Is to get that money and to make sure the customers are satisfied. So when it comes down to it, when you sick, your child's sick, they don't care about any of that. They just try to think about who's going to replace you on the schedule or who's going to take your spot for when you can't come in because your child is sick. And I really hate to say this, but somebody needs to say it because it really is a problem. This is what I don't like. Okay, picture it. Sicily, 1942. No, I'm just kidding. You apply to jobs. And and I want to say too, a lot of people actually do apply, like a lot of these fast food workers or people who work at restaurants and stuff like that, you think that those people are angry because you did something to them or they just mad because they don't like their job or whatever. And your first statement that you want to say to those people is, well, then if you don't like your job, go find a new one. Let me explain something to y'all. And this is, I'm standing up for all the fast food workers, employees, stuff like that. Let me explain something to y'all. A lot of times we applied to other jobs that were not in fast food. But because what happens is when you get the experience in a fast food jobs, it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to branch out to a customer service job where you work at the front desk or, different jobs like that because you kind of already pitted yourself in the fast food section of jobs, because they already see, employers look and they see, oh, well, DeAndre or whoever doesn't really have any experience in this job, but they applied for it. And really, to be honest with you, on top of that, a lot of companies don't want to hire somebody they got to train. And that's the God honest truth. I mean, they want you to come in and know what you're doing, truthfully. And I ain't trying to be funny. That's not realistic because when somebody wants to change their job or change where they're working, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to do. It's hard to, it's hard to get out of working at a fast food job. And let me also say that I've worked in fast food for years, so don't think I'm trying to talk junk about anybody, okay? or talk down about anybody. But those jobs don't care about y'all. And I'm saying that because on top of that, you can come in, you can do whatever you want. Jobs don't care about y'all. I mean, they really don't. And another thing I want to say, and I've been dying to say this, what I don't understand about jobs. Okay, I know people who work at a gas station. Nothing wrong with any jobs, by the way. I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't want nobody coming at me sideways telling me I was talking junk about a specific job or putting them down because they work somewhere. I know people who work at fast food. I mean, not fast food. Gas stations, and like I was going in there to pump some gas the other day, and the girl was like, "Oh, I like your piercings," and I was like, "Well, thank you," you know. And then she was like, "Yeah, I have a septum ring, which I'm missing my ball right now, but who cares? It's hard to keep up with those. Anybody who has a septum ring probably knows the struggle." But she's like, "I like your septum ring." She's like, "My boss told me I can't have mine." And I was like, "No offense, but you work at a gas station?" Now, in a more of a food service establishment, I can kind of see it because, you know, stuff can fall off, whatever. But you work at a gas station, what's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen, the ball going to fall out onto the counter that you serving customers at or something? The ball might fall into somebody's gas tank. I mean, I'm trying to understand because they do this because of appearance. They believe that you're supposed to have a professional appearance. Okay, let me tell you something. So, listen now. Because I can understand the whole professional appearance thing being an issue for people who work in offices and stuff like that or whatever. But at the end of the day, who are you to tell me because I have a hole in my nose that I'm not qualified to do this job? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure there's, you know, I mean, you get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's people who work in a corporate office who have piercings you probably don't know about, you know, because they probably clock out, but they piercing stuff back in. But I don't think companies, and I'm saying this out loud to everyone, and I understand there's rules that have to be followed and there's health guidelines and stuff like that. I do understand those things. But what I'm trying to say is like, it's almost discriminatory because, okay, on top of that, these places that you work always will be like natural hair colors and this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm serving food out the window. I can't have that hair color is bothering the customer, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real touchy, and it's a touchy subject because people get and they feelings about it. Well, this, that, and the third. Okay, but let me tell you something. I walk around here in the regular world every day. I go to restaurants. I go to places. As a matter of fact, when I stayed in D.C., Maryland, places like that, people had piercings when you went to fast food restaurants and all kinds of other restaurants and stuff like that. So those rules are actually really only really enforced in the South, in more country type places because of a standard of, you know, the standard of professional, you know. Honestly, I don't care if you was a lawyer and you had a daggone septum ring, a nose ring. I don't care what you know, how you look, long as you do your job properly. Now, you know, I think it's very crazy for us to say, oh, we can accept this person, we can accept that, and this is the land supposed to be of equal opportunities, and you know, no racism, no discrimination, but we can't accept somebody because of their nose ring, or their tongue ring, or their lip ring, or you know what I'm saying? And I know how people feel. I see how people look at me when they see that I have piercings in my face. You know, people look at you differently. People stare at you in public. I mean, when you have different hair people look at you. And to be honest, at this point, I'm used to it. I'm just like, you know what? If you're going to stare at me, just stare. But you know what? You might as well take a picture. It'll last a lot longer. But I see how people look at you just from being a different person, you know, and I say these things because I feel like somebody needs to say something. I mean, it's not okay. It's not cool for us to say, well, this person can't do this because of this, and that person can't do this, and you can't have care. It's almost like jobs are telling you, okay, I want you to come to work. I want you to be on time. I want you to stay longer if I need you. I don't care about your kids. I don't care about your family. I don't care about your issues. Come to work. Do your job. It's almost like, and don't think about being an individual. Don't think about changing your hair color. Don't think about dyeing your hair red because, oh, that's too much, you know. Natural colors. You know, don't have blue hair. You know, don't have green hair because, you know, that's just too much. It might draw attention to you. So it's almost like they want you just to shut the fuck up and do their job. It's almost like they want you to be a robot. Forget being your own personal self. Forget being just a straight up human. It's like they want you to be a robot. And I'm sorry, but I'm not a robot. You know, they won't allow you to have nothing to drink. You gotta go way to the back to get something to drink. It's like, I have needs too. I'm a human. I'm still human, you know. I need to use the bathroom. I gotta go, you know. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty all day long. I could sit there and drink a drink all daggone day long. I am a thirsty person. And it's like when you work at certain jobs, they won't allow you to have drinks and stuff. And my last job is going to think I'm really seriously trying to point them out, and I'm really not. I'm saying this as a general comment to everybody. And then I realized, let me tell you what I realized. I realized that a customer service job in the restaurant type style is not for me. Because they don't want you to be a human being. They don't want you to be an actual person or an individual who has your own style, your own way of dressing, your own way of talking, your own way of just living. They don't want you to be that because that might take away from them. Do you get what I'm saying now? So, it almost makes me feel like being someone who is different is probably not always the easiest, and it's not always the best, you know, way to choose or way to go. And there's people I know that ain't got piercings, ain't got tattoos, ain't got none of that type of stuff. And some of them will probably look at you and be like, well, why do you have that? But you also got to understand that a lot of those people are taught that. They were taught that that is wrong. They were taught that that's not acceptable. That's what they grew up with. You know, I wouldn't do that because I don't know. And don't you got to clean it? Don't you? I mean, you clean it just like you clean any other parts of your body. But that kills me when people are like, well, don't you got to clean it? As if they don't clean everything as it is. You know, you just add that onto the list. Because people ask you all the time, what, you have all these piercings and this, that, and the third, and they don't understand it. But from when I was younger, I've always wanted a piercing. I've always wanted, you know, piercings and stuff like that. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't. If I was to go to Africa, people in Africa got piercings. People in other countries got piercings. And there's a couple piercings that you can get that actually help you, you know. They say, I'm not gonna say that that truly does. They say like, I guess there's a piercing inside your ear, and I don't necessarily know the name. I think it's the conch. I could be wrong, y'all, but I believe that there's a piercing that you can get inside your ear that's supposed to help you get rid of headaches. So and stuff like that. And they believe that those things work. All you gotta do is go online and look some of this stuff up, and you'll see. But I'm just saying, do something that makes you happy. Do something that you love. And if you can't do that, do something else that, for the time being, gets you where you need to be. But I'm just saying, when it comes to having jobs and working somewhere, never let a job or a place try to tell you who to be. And I think that's my main goal from all of this. And these jobs are, they just want you to do what they want you to do, and that's it. And as soon as you don't do that, it's a problem. Almost like the government, huh? Yeah, anyways, but I think that's all I have for you guys today. It was just, these were just a lot of thoughts and a lot of things I was thinking about. Y'all see my chalkboard wall? And I want y'all to be blessed, be loved, be special, and be you, because that's really a hard thing to do. Hope you have a lovely 2019, and I will be posting. I will start posting more because I have more free time. I'm gonna make sure I get back to doing YouTube and videos and stuff for you guys. Thank you.